props and stuff.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
Straight up.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Like,
dude.
hold it, like, stand
Comedy.
the mic and start turning it and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm just-
Oh, yeah. I can even hear.
Yeah. Just giving you a heads up on that. What is that? I thought that was like an instrument, like one of those like Ray had the other day. So,
Dude,
Avery
what the
Quinn-
fuck is
Oh,
that?
dude, I like that one. I like going ooh, 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 ooh. I think you did it better. That reminds me of the guy from was it Police Academy or on like Starship Troop or Spaceballs?
Michael Winslow? You
Yeah.
mean my childhood hero?
Yeah. That makes perfect sense. Because those noises sound exactly.
My parents definitely should have stepped in and been like, hey, this isn't the guy to model your entire life after.
Was it a race thing?
No, it's not the comedian making noises. Oh,
Do you
man.
do any sound effects on stage?
The
joke?
seagull.
Oh yeah, I do the seagull.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that joke. I love that joke, dude.
It's honestly one of my favorites.
The first time I did stand up, he was there. So I saw the first time I went to do comedy, I saw your set, and one of the jokes you did there. Every time you do it, still, I'm like, yes, it's the jazz hands one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That is a good one.
When I started stand up though, I mean like when I was a kid, because I wanted to do stand up for a long time, but for the longest time because it was Michael Winslow and Gabriel Iglesias, where like and Gabriel Iglesias was one of the hot, and he does like mic tricks too,
Yeah.
like he does like noises and stuff. So I was just like, I was instead of like younger, instead of like I gotta like think about my life and try to figure out observations stuff. Like I gotta work on these noises, man. That's how you make
You
it.
bought a microphone and a speaker and just put headphones on your room, just like, just fucking alone.
You know what's funny is you bring up like the comic that you like looked up to, like saw, and you're like, oh, that's the kind, like that's who I need to be, right? And, like one of the comics that was that for me was Artie Lang talking about cocaine, and I was like, that's what it must be like to be a comic. Talk about how drugs ruin your life, and then I
Nice.
successfully have done that.
You can't talk about how drugs ruin your life if you don't start doing drugs. I gotta get on this.
Yeah, exactly. So you got to start young. You got to get those problems out of the way, so then you have something to talk about when you start doing comedy. That's how I thought comedy worked.
You're 12 years old, like doing drugs, and then I'm 12 years old in my room trying to figure out how helicopters sound. Different paths, man. Different paths.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about comedy, dude. There's a lot of different varieties for different types of people out there, and that's what's so cool about it. How long you been doing it?
7 years. 7 years now, yeah.
Nice. Has there been? What'd you do during COVID?
COVID was, honestly, during COVID in PA, like central Pennsylvania was actually where you wanted to be because there was more like outside stuff, outside yards and stuff. Like Philly was shut down, and then we were like 50 minutes away from a place called Soul Joel's, which was it's a club in Philly. They still operate, but what they did like it's called the Comedy Tent. And they had this giant tent, and they did all the COVID restrictions. They like qualified to still do stuff during all the COVID restriction. They had these giant tents in the summer. They had just heat lamps everywhere, and this giant stage outside there. A train would run by, literally outside, and it would affect like if you went to a show, it would at some point the train would go by, and it would affect the show. And like you had an open mic, you had to pay $5 to go to the Soul Joel's open mic, and everybody was just praying like, please don't let me have sat here for 2.5 hours. Pay $5, and then someone will. They'll get the train set where they're going up, and for 2 minutes out of their 5 or 4 minute set, it's just, and you just have to stand there. Like there's nothing you can. And that was so. PA actually had some stuff. It actually helped.
So you were actually able to do comedy pretty regularly during the pandemic.
Yeah, at least like twice a week.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
That's awesome. I don't think I was doing it at all during that time. That was like I took like I was out of it before COVID started. I wasn't really doing it. I was like just getting back into it.
When'd you start?
I started in 2019. No, 2018.
Yeah, okay, that's right when I started.
And so I did like 2 years in Utah or whatever, and then but then I fucked up with the drugs.
Right.
Moved home. When I moved home immediately, I went out for a little bit and did it, but then I was starting school for English, so I was like, I just have to do English school right now. I can't do comedy. So then I stopped comedy for like 6 months. Then the pandemic happened, and then the summer of the pandemic, when the pandemic was kind of over, but was still like trailing the first summer post like pandemic freak out. Is when I got the fishing job, and it wasn't until being out fishing, coming back from that trip,
They like, I want to do comedy.
then I
again.
went and started doing comedy again.
Comedy in Utah, was it a decent scene or was it?
It's dope.
Yeah.
Oh, it's absolutely awesome. That's why I was always disappointed when I come here or when I came here and I saw the clubs and I was like, oh, these clubs don't do shit for the scene. But like in Utah's different because it's like Connecticut. It's Utah is Salt Lake City, right? It's like all the comedy is within like 15 minutes of each other, like all the mics and stuff like that. And then they have Wise Guys Comedy Club and best open mic in the country. I swear, like there's like 70 audience members at the open mic, 3-minute sets, but like
Harrisburg Comedy Zone as one of the best ones too, where it's like 3-minute sets as well, but they get a ton of audience members too. Now half of them are hammered off their ass to the point like you'll literally just people who wander in and just start screaming during a set and then wander out. But like they have a good one. Did now Dry Bar is stationed outside in Utah. Did they have like influence over there? Were there like a lot of comics that were cleaner that were trying to be like, I got to get
for sure,
because like I mean that's the industry for, I'm sure, Utah. Like that's got to be like the biggest industry they have.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, there's definitely like Rodney Norman out there. Like there's definitely the guys clean. Yeah, definitely. I think clean comedy is pushed by. That's what gets you going in Utah for sure. Because Wise Guys has 3 clubs in Salt Lake itself. There's like one there's one in Ogden right outside of the next town over from Salt Lake, and then there's one in like South Salt Lake or some part of Salt Lake that's like a very Mormon. It's like very clean. They basically have like a whole Wise Guys that's like
just clean,
family clean,
right?
It's really cool. I mean, and then now he has one in Vegas. So the guys that do like work the scene and stuff and start getting spots and hosting at the club, like it can get you working at the Wise Guys Club and then send you down to Vegas and get to work down at the Vegas.
Yeah.
Like my buddy JT, or no, fucking, is it JT? Comedy Short Bus. Now I'm confused because JT is JT, but this is another JT. Well, not shouting you out, I guess, but he has Comedy Short Bus. The Comedy Short Bus guy, he gets a lot of shout outs from a lot of big comics and stuff because just came through the club. We started around the same time, and he just got to start hosting the Wise Guys Club. Then he got to start going down to Vegas and hosting shows or out of town comics, and all the big names come through Wise Guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So you get a lot of good. You get it's a great scene. Bottom line, that question, it is a great scene.
Absolutely. And this is gonna. I don't know how this probably won't be the most entertaining thing for the listener, but I just have the thing with like the family friendly level clean is like I've opened for comics that are like that do that and stuff. Ticket wise is the most brilliant thing ever, because instead of a couple coming to see a comedy show, you have like you're selling for every like 2 tickets that you would have sold, you're selling 3 to 4, and it fills out so much quicker and easier. And I was just like, that, like it's restrictive, like it's very restrictive having to like operate under family friendly level circumstances.
Yeah.
But when you look at it from a business standpoint, you're like, wow, that makes a heck of a lot. It makes everything a lot easier, because it's like, instead of a couple's night out, you turn into a family thing, and all of a sudden you're selling at tables of 4 instead of having to sell out like 30 tables or 60 tables of 2. You're selling out like 30 tables of 4.
Yeah. No, that does make sense. I aspire. You're clean mostly, right?
Yeah, I mean, I have a clean probably like 40 minutes, half hour at least.
I was going to say, you don't really even swear during your set, huh?
Oh, I'm cleaner than you guys. Yeah, that's easy. But in terms of like what I consider like things that I know like that work at like fundraiser, like things where they're like be squeaky clean, I can probably can do 40 now, but yeah, I have at least a half hour.
That's sweet. That's sweet. Yeah, I'm trying to structure my 15 for the second round of this competition to be as clean as possible because I've like at least no swearing, but like I'm trying to like skirt that line. That's why I love Dusty Slay so much.
Yeah, we were talking. Yeah,
To be
so
clean,
good.
but like not necessarily clean.
I was just
Well,
listening.
I
to
wouldn't
him.
say he's family friendly.
I'm sorry, Chad.
No, you're good. I was just listening to him on Are You Garbage. It's funny. I thought about you again today. Not PA. It was they mentioned Gallagher. But, Dusty Slay was talking. He's like on there and he's saying like one of his favorite jokes. They were talking about like his sister's kids and all this stuff. And the joke was like, I was sitting with a dude like convincing me and my friend that like, oh, like you should have kids. And my friend was smoking a cigarette and she was like, oh, well, I don't know, like it's gonna take me a while to have kids because I gotta quit smoking. And he was like, well, my sister smokes and it actually only took her 6 months to have a kid. It's fucking phenomenal.
That's a great joke.
Phenomenal.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like when you have like someone like Dusty Slay who doesn't swear or stuff like that, it literally is the type of thing where he'll say something and then you won't realize until like 10 minutes later, like, oh, that was like an edgy thing that he said, but the way he like phrased it and put it in like this attitude and in this light that you're like, it just got past. It just went over all those people's heads who, if you would have been like, oh, fuck this, they would have been like, oh, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But he was able to like disguise it.
Yeah, I noticed that immediately. I was like, I'm like, I need to figure out how to change some of my really kind of like druggy stuff into like more like just life, but it happens to like allude to maybe doing some dirty Dan stuff.
He figured out like I don't need to have segues if I just keep going. We're having a good time.
Brilliant, dude.
Yeah, he's so funny.
Absolutely brilliant.
And the Are You Garbage, by the way, they did an hour and they only made it to like age 18 for him. Like, okay, so, like, we got more to cover, obviously.
Well, and the thing is, like, so many people when they talk about like a lot of comics will reach out to me when they're like, oh, I got booked on this clean show, like, what do I do? And they'll so many times people are like, oh, I'll just replace the word like drugs with like candy or soda, and I'm like, that's not. I promise you that won't work.
Yeah.
You have to like be honest about it because otherwise, or like they'll be like sex. You'll be like, yeah, me and my wife love getting candy. She doesn't like getting candy up the ass, and I'm like, all right, that's you're not even close. You're gonna piss off this church basement, man. They're gonna hate you.
Like that's almost like mocking them. Like, oh,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I can see that. I've done it. I did change a joke to do that once, but not because I had to. I just was curious.
If you play into it, it can be funny to do that.
It was
but,
funny.
Yeah.
It did make the story funnier, I thought, but it wasn't in an attempt necessarily to be clean. Maybe it was, but and it's funny.
Yeah, like if the audience is gonna, if like you have an audience that's like at least light enough to play along, it can be fun to do that. But like if you're going into a place, you'll be like, nailed it, I got this. I'm like, you should have a backup plan if you're gonna try that. But it is fun with the clean shows. Is like there are people that'll have like a clean 5 minutes, and then they'll like, and that'll get them in the door with like a tape or something like that, and then they'll be like, that's it. And then they'll go and they'll just like do like their regular set, and the funniest like a whole place will just be mortified of what they said, and then they'll just go back to their scene like, oh, are these Cokes? Can comics get 2 Cokes? And like and like a booker's like shooting darts at them, and like staring daggers at them, and they're just like, oh, this is fun, good crowd, fun area.
Oh, that's hilarious.
There was a couple at the mic on
I'm gonna grab my
Thursday
fucking vape pen.
when we first started. Oh, can you do me your vape pen's right there. I was gonna say grab me my water, but you don't even have to if you're not going over there. There was a couple at the mic on Thursday when we first started. They sat down. I think like right after my set, they sat down before I brought up the first comic, who was Tyler.
Oh my God, I have a great Tyler McRonald story about that.
We love the Tyler story. I love the Tyler story.
So I was like, oh, well, you guys came down the open mic. I was like, what are you guys looking for? You guys ever been here? Like, no. I was like, what are you into? They're like, clean stuff. I was like. It's like, all right, I'm gonna tell you right now, like especially this first comic isn't gonna hit that mark. And I was like, I know what the list is. It's not gonna be your cup of tea tonight. And he went up and did his shit. I think they left after like the third person, and then later in the night, There was another couple that goes there a lot, and I was like, what do you, like, unrelated. I was like, what are you guys looking for when they sat down? They're like, dirty shit. And I was like, okay, that's hilarious because we just walked a clean couple. So, but then another 2 people sat down where the clean couple was, and somebody said something like, oh, are you guys a couple? And they were like, oh, this is my dad. And they laughed wicked hard because then he made a joke about banging their dad. And I went up and did a joke about same thing, and I just said they were horny or something. It's like, it's funny. You were sitting in a seat of people we walked because they wanted clean stuff, and I was like, we didn't even have to say any slurs or nothing. I was like, but the night was weird. It was only 20 people. Weird start, and then Kels went up and roasted me, and the whole fucking room just started roasting me, and it turned the whole mic around. I was like, oh, fuck it.
That's awesome.
Sometimes that's all it needs is just like a common thing. That way comics can fall back on it. But one time I did it was like a show. I can't remember if it was like a mic or but it was at the Waterbury Theater, and it was like a PG-13 show. And Tyler got on was on the show, and I was just like, okay, this will be interesting. The average age of the attendance, and it was like 80 people in the theater, was probably, I'd say, average age was probably like 73 years old. I mean, like old people. And Tyler goes up, and after he does his joke about jerking off in front of his dad, I just hear a guy at a table next to me just go, no. I just started like cry laughing because I just the fact that clearly never even none of that thought ever even crossed his mind at 75 years old was like being introduced to the subject matter of jerking off in front of your dad. It's just like
that
shocked
joke is
him.
so good too. It ends with him fucking pretty much blinding his dad with cum.
Yeah. I love it. He's very funny.
I got a fucking pretty good Tyler story too. Do you remember Cam Rainey? He was like 17.
Oh yeah, what happened?
He went
to
to school in New York and shit. I think he's trying to get back into it, but I don't know.
Oh.
But he was pretty funny. But he was there with like his uncle one night when he was 17. And Tyler went up and he was doing a bit at the time. Like, I just saw Kung Fu Panda, and shows them the trailer, and it's just gay porn. He's like, can you believe that's what they're showing in the theater now? And then Ray Kosker goes up and he does a joke about like the sex offenders list. Like,
yeah.
Does your boyfriend have a blue dot hanging over his head? Because he's got one on his sex offender list at his house.
Yeah.
So I went up after Ray and I was like, Tyler just showed us porn. I was like, Cam, how old are you? He's like 17. I was like, Tyler, that was illegal. He's like, fucking put a blue dot over your head.
Oh my god. Where was that?
That was Elbow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then I asked him, I was like, who are you in relation to him? I was like, he's like, I'm his uncle. I was like, oh. I was like, so you're probably getting fucking touched. Double whammy.
That shit, dude.
I love Tyler though. I get so excited.
What's like? Can you guys think of like the time that you've done that, like really weirded out an audience member, or like freaked somebody out, or made them feel uncomfortable, or anything? Does anything stick out in your memory?
Yeah, I've been doing a joke about like my parents fighting, and I'm like, I jump in and help my dad, and that's been freaking people out a little bit.
Oh yeah.
It's like my parents are fighting. It's the fucking stupid joke, but at the end, it's pretty much, when I watch, I just jump in and I end up helping my dad. Then I go, we're undefeated. You guys can chill. And especially when that doesn't work, I'm like, ooh.
Mm.
Sorry guys, I didn't actually beat my mom.
Yeah. That was my dad's job.
I mean, my opening joke, the belly thing. There are some people that genuinely just don't like. They don't like seeing my stuff, and like that offends me. Then I'm like, all right, it's not that bad. Like, all right, I'm like,
Right.
I'm specifically gross. Screw you, dude. It's like, so like I can scan the crowd, and some people some people just be like, and I'm like, all right, that's.
Yep. I've done it a lot. I think definitely like talking about the fishing one gets a lot of people, where I talk about like thinking about having sex with a fish.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That one will get a lot of people weirded out. But what's nice about that one is one of the ones that it has follow up. So if they makes them feel super uncomfortable, the follow up joke to that gets like a really good laugh. Because even the people that are like, oh man, this guy is weird fucking a fish. But then the next part gets them to laugh pretty hard. Well, most of the time the women still just hate me for it. Dude, were you like, you were an athlete growing up, right, Avery?
I mean, I did like high school sports.
But would you consider yourself, like, so you wanted to be a comedian since you were like in high school?
So when I was like in middle school and like 6th grade and stuff, I found out remember like Comedy Central during the summers, during the week before it changed. But when I was like in 6th grade and middle school, if you were around during like a Wednesday during the summer and you turned on Comedy Central, you could get like Crank Yankers and Comedy Central Presents. And like I just when I discovered that, I was like, oh, these are all. I just watched like all of the Comedy Central Presents
Same thing.
and stuff, and I was just like, oh, this. But and then of course when you're a kid, you're like, oh man, how do you write a half hour of like? I didn't realize that it's like done in chunks.
Yeah.
And then when I was in 8th grade, a buddy of mine lent me his book called because he thought of like this is a book by Dimitri Martin. Which I loved Important Things with Dimitri Martin when I was like in like 6th grade.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden like it clicked to me. I was just like, oh, this is done in like sections of like you write this joke like this and then you write another joke. You don't write like a half an hour of material. And I remember and after that I was just like, well, I want to do that then. You know what I mean? And then that was it, I guess.
Dimitri Martin's got one of my favorite things ever. It's so stupid. You know, he'll draw pictures and show people.
Yeah.
So one of them is like he's flipping through one, and then it's just it's just the words that he says. But he goes, "This is just me saying this," and that's what's written on the board. Like that is so stupid, but goddamn, it's so funny.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why some of them get me so much. Like just the one with him holding the beer can. Like it's just stupid, but it's so silly. I love silly jokes. Silly jokes are the best, man.
You know what I was thinking about the other day? One of my favorites. It's silly joke. It's like I saw a homeless dude the other day. The sign said "hungry." He was eating the sign. So good, dude.
That's my joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking. I forgot about that joke, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks for reminding me. I gotta bring that one back.
I love that joke.
I just lost a notebook again, like recently. So I have lost the past 3 notebooks that I've had. So I have 0 notebooks from the past 3 years of my comedy.
Do you still have like so?
I have recordings and stuff like that. Like
yeah.
it's not lost, but there's nuggets in those notebooks, dude. You know there's nuggets in there.
Okay, so talking about when you talked about COVID and stuff, I remember it was like towards like 2021 when there still wasn't a whole lot to do. I remember I was just like, all right, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna listen to all my sets because I'm sure they're gems and stuff that I missed. I got through like the first 3 open mic sets. I'm like, I can't do this. This is so brutal.
I know.
I'm gonna quit comedy if I keep listening to my comedy. 'Cause
I did. That's actually like the ones you might have heard it recently. I've done it. I got like work it into the whole problems thing, but like the being pale at the beach, like
that's a good joke.
That stuff. That was like way back. That was like first year, but like not done that way. But like the premise was there, and I was doing what you were doing, just going through some old open mic fucking tapes, and I found that, and I was like, oh, that's worth trying to bring back out. And it's cool when you do go back and find something like that, and then you're like, oh, and it fits here, and it like actually like works into like a whole thing you're already doing.
You do find gems. A lot of coal, but you do find a couple of
mostly coal for sure.
I like going back to an old set and being like, oh yeah, I remember this night. Like, oh, that was the fucking that. It's been so long since I've just gone to like old tape, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll do that joke again. I'm always like, the fuck, dude.
Like what was I doing? How was I doing comedy?
Because there are some that just get lost to time of like your set progresses and stuff, and you just like forget about it, and then you look back and you're like, oh, that was a great joke. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I'll roulette it. I'll go through my fucking voice memos and I'll just scroll until I'm like a year away and click a random one. Usually I'm disappointed.
Yeah, well, yeah,
it is fun. It is funny going back and look at one time. If I go back to like when I was really struggling on stuff, like my comedy notebook doesn't even look like a comedy notebook. Like it looks like a suicide novel. Like, it's just not good.
Is this a joke? Fuck you, kill yourself. Question mark.
Yeah. Basically like that. I'm like, oh my god. But it's weird. You can like. That's what's cool about writing. I feel like you can kind of like by just seeing the handwriting, you can kind of brings you back to the time and place that like that writing was happening.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Like, wow, that was at 2 a.m. on coke. I can tell. I'd never write in cursive.
My first joke I ever told at an open mic, and I still remember it. And I still remember it like I've written worse ones since, and I still remember it as being like not horrible for the kickoff. It was I want to make a chain based off of Outback Steakhouse, but no one wants to eat at a place called Backdoor Meat Shack. It's not bad. It's an okay joke.
Backdoor Meat Shack.
Oh God.
I like that.
Nice.
My first joke, I do it once a year at my anniversary. I still do it because it was like I sat down and like tried to write this joke. I don't really know it because it's like a whole 3 minutes long. I was like, okay, you got 3 minutes. You're gonna write a 3-minute joke. Like that was what I did for my first time, and it's like basically about like the cat like poops in the like I find like the cat's poop in the shower while I was like cat sitting, and then I end up like pooping in the litter box or something like that, and then like the poop looks like the state of Florida, and I use like I like a piece of shit, like Florida's a piece of shit state that looks like shit, and then like I called it back. It's really not a good joke at all. but I go back to it. I have it on the original piece of paper that I wrote it on, and I go back and I recomb through it like once every year just to like take it out. And sometimes it still gets laughs.
I mean, there's something that, I mean, it's no Backdoor Meat Shack, but it's all right. It's okay.
You're right.
You know, some people just get the fire off the bat. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
I did the same thing. I mean, I had jokes written because I was writing jokes for a while before I even started doing comedy. I deleted like a year's worth of notes by accident.
You deleted a year's worth?
Just jokes that I was writing. But then when I went up, I had like some shit that I had written, but I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna write like 3 minutes try to write 5 minutes for the first mic, and it was around Christmas time, so that was like pretty much all of it. Never did it again. I've never even listened to it. I don't want to listen to the first time I did comedy.
Yeah, no, it's rough, dude. It's kind of it's quite difficult. Even just the way you speak on stage, you know, it's so it's because it's like nervous and like you're trying to like come off a certain way. Like it's so cringy.
I used to talk like a freaking auctioneer. I'd like listen back and I'd just be like, and then I was over there and I was like, you guys ever pee in a Brita filter? And I'm just like, and I'm like, holy shit, dude. I still talk a little too fast on stage, but it's insane how fast I spoke. I was terrified.
Yeah, it took me a long time to figure out how to go slow, and I still go too fast a lot of time. But I'll notice like when I'm like,
really,
oh.
You think you go too fast? I think you have great like. I think you're really good at being like reserved like that.
I've just figured that. I think I've just recently.
That's
figured that out.
Because like the chilling thing, like you're great at giving like the pauses of like just chilling.
But I think I just figured that out. Like I'm just starting to realize how much a pause works. Like I realized how it worked. Like last night I was doing off the cuff, just telling a regular story that I haven't ever said before, but I just really focused on like pauses and stuff and it got like chuckles, and it was just like me saying normal words. Like it just like I'm like, holy shit, the whole like pauses and giving some space really fucking amps things up.
You can turn fucking 10 minutes into 15 with laughter.
It's true. Which is one of the reasons why I suck at time. I am so bad at timing my set. Like it can vary so much. Like by like 2 or 3 minutes either direction. Sometimes I feel like.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like I hate. That's why I hate like something about the 10 minute time slot is the worst one for me. Like I struggle because it's like almost enough where you think you can like kind of maybe get some fancy little like callback action happening, but then I always end up like squeezing maybe too many jokes into like maybe it's like 10 minutes, not quite long enough to make it like a thing. It's like kind of just has to be like good jokes. I don't know. I feel like I squander the 10 minute time period all the time.
Yeah, what I want to do, I always bite more than I can chew of like I really should like keep it to like 2 subjects, honestly, but then I'm like, well, I want to like do this from this one and go to this one and this, and then it just sounds haphazard instead of like being like I apologize. I should talk about like relationships in this part and like my family in this part, and you go like, no, I want to talk about jobs, I want to talk about this, I want to talk about that, and then it's just like, and then like I don't have enough transition jokes and stuff in there, so it just like it just sounds like the audience is like, oh, now he's talking about this for some reason, you know what I mean? Like
too many like quick like changes and stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
I see people do a lot with like literal timing when they're telling their set doing their set you get a big laugh for a joke, and like instead of sitting for that laugh to die down enough to say something, they'll just say the next part like halfway through. And it's like they're not even gonna get the second part of that as much because they were sitting in that first thing, and like you're like interrupting the crowd who's loving you. And
Right.
I've said to people like, yo, dude, like certain, I've been like, yo, just like sit in it a little bit more, like chill, slow down. They're like, well, then I won't be able to get to like the rest of my set. It's like, so you don't need to
Then you have to
finish
swing.
off all that
Yeah.
shit
Yeah.
sometimes.
And that's what I end up doing to myself on those 10-minute spots is I end up trying to squeeze too much. So you end up having to talk over people's laughs.
Penis.
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
That shit's always funny. There's nothing funnier than I think I've told this on the story before. When I was in the Navy, we always had to carry
yeah.
we always had to carry radios on us. And one of the things we would do is like we'd go around and like find like dusty places or dirty places or like wet paint and stuff in like other people's spaces on the boat. And we would go in there and you draw like a wiener, and then you would just hide out. Then you would just hide out somewhere and watch until they found it, and you hit them up on the radio and just like Weiner Bandit strikes again. Stupid, but it was one of my favorite things to do in the Navy.
Should have been the boner bandit.
Bah.
Then you come up and poke 'em.
Yeah, but they were never boners, dude. They're always like the Downy Fresh one.
Never
I call them. This I call the Downy Fresh. Just the swoop. It's a Downy Fresh wiener. I'll put up a picture for you guys.
God,
to
that would
see.
make a drawn penis so much worse if it's just detailed. Like you can tell it's hard.
Oh, it's like this in the beginning of Superbad or the end of
The
Superbad.
end
Oh,
of
the guy's
Yeah.
obsessed with drawing dicks.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
the
There's some
dick
good dick
tanks-
pics in that. There's some good
The
dick
dick
photos.
tanks in that kills me every time. There's like a
Yeah.
battalion of tanks and they're all dicks.
Yeah, well, it's like like the Tenement Square scene. It's like,
That's a great.
it's just hilarious.
I just like to think somebody had to draw all that out. It's like, what are you doing? I'm working on a movie.
Yeah, they're probably getting paid amazing
Yeah.
money to draw wieners. That's when you know you've made it, right?
I think it was like the director's like brother. It was like Evan Goldberg's like brother drew all the penises.
Really?
Yeah. That was another Dimitri Martin joke. Dimitri Martin joke that was just silly that I loved was an improper fraction. You have an improper fraction be 3/2. He's like, that's an improper fraction. And he's like, and then this is a really improper fraction. It'd be 3/2, but it had little 2 nipples on the 3.
I do remember that one. Yeah, that is a good special of his. I like that.
Dusty Slade's got a new special coming out.
I'm
soon.
excited. When did that come out yet?
I think it's in June. It's either at the end of this month or it's next month.
Isn't that
Yeah.
terrifying? Like these people drop like a premiere special and then like another one 2 years later of just like, so when you make it, you have to just
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think like Dusty's. I mean, this is me speaking like obviously out of my ass, but I think like in his case, he's probably like a long time coming. So he's probably- So he probably had a load, so it didn't take too long to like start just refining probably stuff that he had already.
Right.
At least that's what I mean. That's like I would think because I feel like he had his special, and he was. I don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah.
He's
But
also
you,
one
but
of
you are
those-
right though. Like it's hard. I mean, that's something I'm thinking about. Like I kind of want to find a place, a small like 60, 70, 80, or like 100 theater. Somehow figure out a way to sell it out and do like 3 comics, 20 or like a few comics. Each one does 20 minutes, and then you can like put like a 20-minute thing on YouTube, like and kind of write those jokes.
Right.
I think I should kind of like I don't know. I feel like some of my jokes are. It's time to just kind of like put them somewhere and then like stop leaning on them.
I had when I got married, I had like 3 jokes that I had to like that I had to cut out, and then I was so mad that I was just like, it's time to cut these out. These don't make sense now that I'm married, because I wrote like married jokes immediately, and I was just so mad that I didn't get like good quality. That I didn't get like good quality video of them to put them out then. And I told my wife one time, I was just like, do you mind like just one show? I just like I take off the ring, and then all of a sudden I'm like, and I'm able to put those jokes back, and then the rest, and then they're gone forever, and then I post them and they're gone forever. She's like, no, and I was like, all right, well, that's fair.
Oh man, I would have fought for that one. That seems like a reasonable request.
Well, they were all girlfriend jokes too. They weren't like none of them was about like anything. It was all just about like she was my girlfriend at the time, and it didn't make sense for her They didn't make
okay.
sense as my wife, and like I used to try to like fit it in, and then I just keep my hand in my pocket while doing those jokes, and it just looked awkward and
Well,
bad.
isn't that that's not a is that a girlfriend? Your the Wendy's girl one?
No.
You still do that one, right?
Yeah, well, I only do that one when I do like more than like a half hour or more. Like
Okay.
is that how you guys do with your jokes? Is like as you write like better jokes and stuff, like you relegate jokes that aren't as strong to be like I only do that if I'm doing 30 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna be the section that I'm like, this probably won't go well. I just need to fill this time. That's for me. I'll be like, all right, these are the jokes that can sit somewhere in the middle. That it's like at least the beginning and the end were okay.
Well, and also like some of them are just like I have some that are like aren't even bad jokes. They're just like they take forever and they're reliant on like making sure I put another joke in to call back to like that kind of stuff where I'm like if you're doing
Right.
15 minutes I'm like I just don't you don't want to deal with it.
Right. No,
Yeah.
yeah, there's definitely what's hard sometimes for me is in that case when you're doing a joke, I have some jokes that don't get a tag unless it's in the 30-minute set. So sometimes it's hard to remember to do the tag because it only gets that tag when it's in the 30-minute set. And
Yeah.
so like I can do like the 5-minute part because there'd be like when there's like no way to have those jokes together unless you're in like a long set. So I always fumble like what could be an awesome callback, forgetting it because it only exists while I tell that joke one way, but
Yeah.
it gets told differently when you have to fucking call back. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've just noticed you have nunchucks and a samurai sword behind you. That's sick.
Yeah, dude, it is pretty sweet. Sorry guys about the sign being off. I really. Yeah, this is like my little. These are you gotta have nunchuck skills. You gotta have sword skills. Kung fu is important, man.
You're gonna get negative views on TikTok for not having a lit up sign.
That'd be crazy.
Well, he's gonna get negative views on TikTok for cultural appropriation first and foremost.
Dude, everyone's trying to get me on the cultural appropriation. I fucking
You did your time. You moved
I
to
did-
China.
I
Well,
did my
that's why
time.
he has the nunchucks up there for the TikTok to help the algorithm.
He's
Yeah,
the one
nunchucks get you
guy,
places.
the one guy that could get away with it because he literally moved to China to do kung fu.
Dude, yeah. Anyway, you're like a modern Forrest Gump story, and I'm like, not okay.
Hell yeah, dude. No,
All right, I get it.
no,
yes,
that makes sense. That does make sense.
What I'm saying is he's no I'm kidding. No, just like you,
I mean, I
you
do
tell me
have
about your
AIDS.
life, and I'm like, you have just a inherently more interesting life than like 80%, 90% of the people I've ever met.
I feel like I lived a lot of different lives. Like because I've gone like full on into a lot of different things. You know, there's like the Navy period, and there's like the year in the Kung Fu period, and then there was my base jumping and skydiving period, and then there was like the rock climbing and mountaineering period, and then there was like the throwing my life away with crystal meth
Yeah.
period.
How many ways
And
can I
then-
try and kill myself?
And then I found comedy, and this
Yeah,
happened.
this is a slow death.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do it since like high school. Like I looked up to like aspiring to it, but it wasn't until I always say like I feel like I ended up at comedy. Like this is like I've tried all these different things, and I'm like, oh well now I couldn't have gotten to comedy before any of that stuff. I had to do that stuff so I could do comedy.
It's funny to me to think that like all the like rock climbing, especially since it is so exhilarating and stuff, and like you know like gets your heart pumping and stuff. That you're like at the top of a mountain that you spend all day climbing, and you're just like, I wish I could spend every weekend in a basement.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely
You're seeing like a sunrise, you're like, whatever.
No, it sucks. I mean, I definitely miss that. I wish I could just live in a tent and live out in the middle of nowhere and go hiking and climb, but I can't because I love comedy too much. I can't not do it. Like it would drive me crazy.
Yeah.
not being able to do it.
You know, in most cities, you can just set up a tent anywhere and they don't even bother you anymore. So you can go to a nice city, live in a tent, get that part out of you, and go do mics.
Hey,
That's a good point.
Chad, he's close. Be careful. I saw his place. He's close.
We can see where he's sleeping.
No, that's good plywood.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. I
No,
mean,
that's what you gotta do. You gotta build a tree stand and put a tent on that in the wilderness.
no, what I am thinking about doing is I just got a I don't have it yet, but I'm getting a truck from my friend.
Oh yeah, you were
so
saying that.
So I'm getting a truck, and I'm gonna build out like not build it out, but find one of those like truck bed campers, And I was thinking about just taking that and moving to Austin, and there's plenty of open space in Austin to fucking park a camper truck and do that and just
Damn.
be a bum.
You're stealing Matt Heat's bit, dude. He already lives in a camper.
Well, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna steal that bet.
Yeah.
It's a good bet.
There was a comic back in Harrisburg that lived in, not a camper, he lived in a trailer. His name was Matt Heath. No, his name was I won't say, his name was Keith, actually.
Okay.
And he told me a story. He almost died because he was like smoking meth and had to like fix a pipe under his trailer, and it started getting cold and he got stuck. He also dressed like a giant piece of bread.
Wow.
And on stage, this big thing, you dress up like a piece of bread, like you have like bread, and then you go on stage, you're like, I'm in bread, Comedy Zone, thank you very much, thank you again. And I remember this guy would come to like every mic, and he'd just be like, and I got caught in the loop for a while. He was like, Avery, can you record my set when I go up? And I'm like, absolutely, Keith. Yeah, I can do that. And he would do the exact same set as he did the past 8 weeks. You just get it. He'd be like, yeah, thanks, man. He'd put on his bread costume, go up, thank you again. I'm in bread. and then one time, for a while, I don't know if he still did it, but he did change it up. On the other side, he'd flip it over, and it would be a cracker. He's like, I'm a cracker.
I like dude, dumb stuff like that is amazing. People just being stupid. Just dumb, silly bread costumes. I think that's amazing.
I would love, I hope he sent the tapes out. Like, I hope he sent them to clubs and festivals, and just every year, just one from just a later date, the same stuff, and be like, this is it. This is the one.
Yeah. 10 years later, same bit. New bread costume.
Speaking of
Sorry.
Speaking of inbred, we were talking on Friday. You know, as of next year, it's illegal to marry your first cousin in CT.
Yeah, you were saying that. I was shocked that that's just happening now.
Yeah,
That's insane.
it fucks up a lot of plans for me, to be honest. To be completely honest.
Yeah, well, you have some hot cousins?
No,
No.
not anymore.
Well, if you can't marry them,
Is that the problem? They let themselves go?
They're all married. I was already worried about this getting clipped out because of what I was just saying. Now that's worse. One of them's married to a Marine that could kill me in one strike. So,
dude, every time
and then she could kill you in one sitting. Oh, because your cousin got fat. That's why you don't want. Anyway.
No, my one cousin I would bang lives in Florida. His name's Dominic. Corinne already banged him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, cool man.
Yeah, when he came, because he came up like June, like last year, and she, like we had already talked that they fucking hooked up, and she was like the first comic I think that I introduced him to when he came out. I was like, oh yeah, you know her. He's like, oh, we met. I was like, yeah, you guys fucked. And he's like, nice to meet you again. Yeah.
That shit's great, dude. Here, let's do it quick. I got to restart the cameras, take a quick break, and then we'll come back and finish round 2.
I've started doing like these weird cooking videos, and they're dumb, and it makes me mad because it gets 10 times the traction that my stand-up get, and it makes me I don't like it. Like, it's just like,
What was it, TikTok?
yeah, on TikTok. And I'm
Yeah,
just
but
like,
the thing is, though, it's like what's cool is you don't need to like be like as long if you can back it up, you know what I mean? Like you could be playing hopscotch online. They can never even see you tell a joke, but if they like you enough to come pay tickets to see you live,
right.
then like as long as you have to, like it doesn't matter what you do. But I get what you're saying. Like you wish,
Because like I don't put the work into that. You know what I mean?
yeah, right.
It's like you get the loosest premise, and you're like, all right, I guess I'm gonna spend 6 minutes filming something.
Yeah. It all stresses me. All that shit stresses me out, dude. It's like I just want to tell jokes on stage and write jokes in my notebook with my pencil and just
Yeah. Well, it's like that other thing of like I don't know, like you ever listen to old comics when they're just like, yeah, I was in this bar in Boston, or I was in like this thing, and there was an agent there looking for clients, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm wrong, but I don't think that happens ever. Like I don't think anyone's looking to like help you.
No, right.
You know what I mean?
No.
Nowadays, I feel like it's festivals you're gonna get that. You're walking around at festivals and shit. People are handing cards out.
Yeah, but I heard to even get into festivals sometimes. A lot of times it comes down to like they look at your Instagram and they look at your followers because they want to sell out the festival. So they want it.
Tough too. It's
Have you been? You've been to a few, yeah.
I did. Well, I just did the Portland, Maine one, which is good. But like I've just been like submitting and stuff. It's such an ego hit of just like you spend an afternoon because you can find 4 festivals to submit to in an afternoon. And then all of a sudden you look, you're like, it dropped $180 submitting for festivals. And then you get either, like, you get like 4 rejection letters straight in a row. And you're just like, this is fucking... Or like emails, you know what I mean? But, and it just takes you, like, I mean, like, and not that, like, you need an ego, but, or anything like that, but, like...
I do.
Well, I mean, for, like... For me already, like, that's harder. You know, like, that's just brutal, because I always try to, like...
I gotta submit though. I don't submit to enough things. Yeah, like this comedy competition was the first thing I ever submitted to. I think.
Really?
I've never submitted.
Like you haven't sent tapes to like clubs or anything?
No.
Wow. Okay.
I just don't like. I've just like never been like. I'm like, oh, this weekend I'll get the tape. I don't, and then I get it. I just don't ever like my tapes.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. No one ever does.
I just like never send. But I do actually finally have one that I like. What sucks is it's only 3.5 minutes of me. And then the rest is just audio. And I don't know if that's acceptable.
I don't know, buddy. I don't know. Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, it sucks. It's the best tape I've ever gotten, but it's only 3.5 minutes, and then the visual cuts out, and it's just audio.
Right.
Sucks.
But
I did get to send it to one person. One person took it. Connection to a connection that like books people for something. So she said she'd accept just the audio.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
well, that's good.
Sweet. Yeah.
But you have a dirt floor. I didn't notice that. I just noticed.
Yeah.
I thought now I feel that makes me feel bad about the homeless joke earlier.
Oh no, dude, you're not wrong. I mean, it's like, yeah, I know we're all joking, but no, there's a dirt floor. I try to cover it up. I like my blue mats though. That's pretty good.
I like the deceptive camera angle to hide the dirt floor.
You know,
Oh yeah. Everyone thinks this place looks way different. Well, you really can't see. Most of the dirt floor is hidden, right? Like it took you until now.
It took me a while to figure out that there was a dirt floor.
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. A lot of people most people couldn't live like this. But I'm fucked up, man.
I'm built different.
I'm so comfortable here.
Why do you think he's sleeping so far off the floor now?
there's bugs down here, man.
You know, I love too is like your door to like keep you from the outside is 6 inches of wood. Around the rest is just glass. Like if somebody wanted to get in here.
Oh, dude, it's the easiest place. It's the easiest place to break into.
Aggressively shuts a curtain and don't come back. No, it's locked. The curtain's locked. You can't. No. Force field.
Yeah, I mean, it's just fucking crazy, man. It's a wild situation. I'm getting out of here soon, though. I'm gonna try to be a normal person and get like an apartment.
No, dude. If it works for you, I genuinely, I'm sorry.
This is love of the game,
don't be
dude.
sorry.
This is an artiste. This is the love of the game.
Yeah, I would love to have like an apartment and this place. Is just like that is unaffordable. Like,
No, I hear you.
yeah. Because I really love like for art. Like I moved it out of here because I was planning on moving, but I had like canvases all over the place and just paints all ready to go, so I could just like walk around. I could write, listen to music, paint a little, do a little workout, come over here, fuck around. If I wanted to like record a little thing for an advertisement for a show, come over here, do that. Like it was just like a good space to just do all my creative.
You know what's good about a
stuff.
space like this? It doesn't matter what room you're in. You know you're in the room he jerks off in. It's one room.
You ain't wrong.
The loft bed just has like stalactites.
What's that wet spot on the plywood? Nah, I ignore that.
Yeah, no, for sure, man.
Oh, man.
For sure.
Welcome to
dude.
Kevin Caverns.
Yeah.
Kevin Caverns, the Yadudio, man. That makes me feel like a Ninja Turtle in here. I've always liked forts.
Why? Because of rats in here too.
No, but there
Splinter!
is
Don't steal my food. That's my lunch.
Yeah. There's a skateboarder in here. He only eats pizza.
No,
Dude, it's insane. You actually live like a Ninja Turtle. That's the funniest thing.
yeah, I'm not kidding, dude. And then we We do get a squirrel comes through here sometimes. Yeah, he doesn't live in here, but he lives in the walls of the building, and sometimes he comes through.
Dude, that's good dinner. That's fucking.
I bet squirrel is good. I would eat a squirrel. I would eat a squirrel. Would you eat a squirrel?
Yeah, I don't mean to bring it back to PA. There was another open micer, just because like tells you how different PA is from Connecticut. Of like, there's a dude who'd always tell me every year about him and his buddies would go up to the mountains in like the Appalachian Mountains in PA, and they would like get BB guns and hunt squirrels for like a whole like weekend, and then that last night they would they'd skin and cook up all the squirrels and eat them, and he'd be like, and they don't like pick out they're not like diligent about picking out the BB guns because they're all like drinking the entire time. So he's like, you got to be careful of every bite that you take. Bite into a metal BB. I was just like, I don't think like anybody in Connecticut does that. Like,
no, but I bet squirrel is good. It looks tasty.
Yeah, it looks good.
Like
I'm sure it's
like
probably
a tender little white meat.
Imagine not knowing. Like, you swallow a BB and then you only find it when you take a shit and you hear. You just hear that nice clear.
Or if you have like diarrhea, it comes out with like super,
Jesus Christ.
like super force and actually breaks the porcelain bowl. Yeah,
Jesus.
You fart and it cocks it.
Nice.
It'd be cool to. I wish I could hunt. I wish I could like go kill an animal to eat. Have you ever done any hunting or anything? No.
You look like you'd hunt humans before you hunt animals. To be honest.
For sport only, I promise you.
Yeah, you've played some serial killers on little TV, haven't you?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Bucks County Killer and Brogan Rafferty, the accomplice to the Craigslist killer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you still do that? Are you doing any of that? The reaching out for jobs?
No. When I moved to Connecticut for a little bit, I was doing like offer only of just because I had some connections in PA, and I only went back to ever do like one thing because money wise it was worth it. But like, it's so hard because like when I moved here, I was like, I can't be the unemployed actor / comedian boyfriend. I'm like that's who she's explaining like the dynamic of her boyfriend is. I'm like, I can't be that much of a loser.
Gotcha.
And I like stand up so much more. But
especially your roles are primarily serial killers.
Yeah, exactly. People being like, "Hey, here's my number. Call me. Call me if anything looks suspicious." Yeah. No, he's practicing for a role. I promise. Just be dead-eyed with a knife in the mirror. Actually, that was something funny with like the serial killer stuff, especially the first one, because it was I was like 22, and for the Lost Boys of Bucks County, because he killed all teenagers. So, like, it was me and then all the victims and stuff on, like, the days and the accomplice. And we were all, like, 18 to, like, 21-year-old boys. So it was literally, like, summer camp. But then, like, there would just be graphic scenes of me, like, brutally killing someone with a gun or, like, running someone over. But then afterwards, we'd be like, that scene would be done and be like break, and we'd all play Switch and eat eat craft service and be like, yeah. It's like, are you ready for the summer? And then like they give me like a shotgun, like, all right, he's gonna stand backwards, and you're gonna have to, and you're just gonna put this barrel to the back of his head.
Oh, man.
I still keep in touch with one or two of them. They're nice guys.
It's fucking awesome.
I don't mean to bring this up if you don't want to talk about it. Have you ever seen his Bud Light ad?
I'm ready to talk about it.
Dude, your Bud Light ad is one of my favorite things ever. We watched it at Christopher Martin's like early on when I started, and I was just like, damn, this is hilarious.
When anybody brings up my acting career, that's the only thing I show people, because it's the only thing that I genuinely love so much. I have a friend, a comic back in PA. I think he finally.
Can we play it? Can we play the?
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
play it on your phone?
Oh yeah, sure.
Let's watch it on your phone, and then I can put the video up on.
Dude, it's great. I fucking love this video.
I had I'll show you. I'll tell you guys the thing afterwards. But I had a buddy in PA. He reposted on Facebook every year, and just want to remind everyone, Avery was in the gayest commercial.
Played in the Super Bowl, didn't it?
It played in the Super Bowl throughout the state of West Virginia. It was not a Super Bowl.
Mountain Mama, baby.
I was just about to fucking say that shit.
There you go.
Oh, this is great, dude. I love it.
Nothing's better for celebrating after a tough day of the gridiron than a refreshing beer and a Go ahead.
Bud Cocky.
Oh, you must pour it on, big guy.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah. How old are you there?
I was 22, and
You're a handsome 22-year-old right there, man.
He went back to the other side. He's like, sorry, I smell like beer, guys, with all the other 21-year-olds.
dude, it was that was filmed obviously in West Virginia, and that was the last scene they did for the day, and they did a bunch of takes. I had like 4 cases of beer just straight up poured all over
They were
me.
actually pouring beer, like
Yeah,
real
a
beers
Bud
on
Light,
you?
just constantly pouring beer all over me for like an hour and a half.
Did you get drunk from just like absorbing it through your?
You got contact time.
Well, they did it, and then they were like, and then it ended, and they're like, all right, thanks guys, really appreciate it, and it wrapped, and I was just like, dude, I reek of beer, and I was just like, and they're like, yeah, all right, well, you have a good one. I'm like, I have to drive home 4.5 hours reeking, and I like called my dad. I'm like, what if I get? I was like, what if I get like
pulled over?
Yeah, and they were just like, well, you just demand a blood test, just be
right.
like do all this stuff. But I remember after that for like 3 weeks, I was terrified because like if any of you walked into my car, you'd be like, oh, he's been like drinking heavily in the car. My car reeked of
just
like
soaked into
stale Bud Light. I had a Dodge Journey, and it like soaked into the driver's seat. For like 3 weeks, I was just terrified of getting pulled over because like
that's
they
hilarious.
would all smell alcohol.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be drunk though. You're not really a drinker. You're not driving around with booze in the system.
Well, no, but like
Maybe
No, it's in his sound system now, though. It's all over the place.
yeah, but it would literally be like the thing of like they would have to do every test because like it smelled like they'd be like, there's no way this guy isn't. Yeah,
Right,
You're
like
like, dude, watch the Super Bowl this year. I swear to God.
yeah, bro. I don't get arrested for drunk driving. I get arrested for being gay in West Virginia. They're like, sir, you didn't drink, but we're gonna have to take you in.
They're like, well, the drink is 2 drink minimum. You're like, I didn't drink at all today. Like, yeah, you're supposed to have 2 beers before you operate a motor vehicle. You're literally that commercial where they roll the window down. It's like, have you been drinking? And it's just beer.
Yeah.
I love there's a meme that went around. It was like the video of like the dude unrolling the window. It just says, when you get pulled over after you've just been pissing all day.
What's the worst thing you ever got pulled? Like, what's the worst trouble you got in getting pulled over? Have you gotten like into anything? Like, what's the dumbest thing you got in trouble with? Like road, like traffic wise, I guess.
I got pulled over one time. I was in college, and me and my buddies were coming home from Daytona spring break. And we get pulled over, and it was on St. Patrick's Day because like spring breaks end like right around St. Patrick's Day, and there was a cop. He pulled us over, and he just sees like 4 dudes in a car on St. Patrick's Day, and he's just like, "You been drinking tonight?" We're like, "No." And they're like, "Where are you coming from?" And we're like, "Daytona Beach." And this is in Pennsylvania. He's like, what? And I was like, yeah, we're coming back from spring break and all this stuff. And he's like, I'm going to be honest, I smell alcohol in the car. He made me go through, do all the tests. And then, like, I did it all. And then finally at the very end, because we did the car on the beach in Daytona, he looks down and sees sand. He's like, is that Ash? You guys been smoking weed in here? I'm like, no, dude. And then finally he was like, all right, have a good one. And then, like it was the longest fucking process ever. It was so irritating. But that was it. That's the only time I've ever been pulled over.
That's the only time ever. No speeding or
one time I had headlight out. They gave me a warning. But
Okay. Got you.
I won't count the fender bender because I didn't get pulled over. We waited. I got pulled over once. Another time, me and my boy were going to pick up dinner for his girlfriend, which he was like, oh, take a ride? I was like, yeah, I'll drive. And we smoked a blunt in his porch before we left. And like an idiot, I put it on the porch, and I was like, it's windy out. We're going to lose it. I'll just put it in the cup holder. So we go pick up food, which is like across the bridge in town to the town on the other side of the river. And I'm literally driving on a road that's like parallel to the river. I'm like about to get out of town. And he said that I crossed the yellow line, so he pulled me over. And it's funny because we were driving past the same kid's old apartment, and we were looking over that way when I crossed the road. We're like, oh, we used to play Frisbee out there a ton. Like the stupidest shit to reminisce about.
Yeah.
And I get pulled over, and he's like, oh, you been drinking tonight? And I was like 20. I was like, no. I was like, I'm not even 21. I can't drink. I was like,
Such a
yeah. Which is
like, sir, it's illegal.
in retrospect.
You're the police. You should know this.
In retrospect, I was like, what a dumb thing. If I was lying, wouldn't you think that would be the first thing I said? Like, But he's like, all right, well, where's the pot? And I was like, yeah, obviously there's a blunt in the cup holder. So I was like, oh, it's right there, and just showed him. And,
I am smoking weed though.
he was like, it was funny. He's like, what you doing tonight? And I was like, I was going to pick up food for his girlfriend. He goes, yeah. And I was like, yep, it's right there, because my boy was holding the fucking food. It's like why? What am I gonna call me in a lie? There's like, it smells like weed and fucking nachos in here. Like what? So he pulls me out to do the sobriety test, and I do like whatever the drunk test is, the same thing. And one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever heard was put your hand to your finger to your nose, and then lift your right foot 6 inches off the ground. So your heel of your foot is 6 inches off the ground, and then count to 30 in seconds. It's like, okay. So I counted to 30 seconds. He was like, you're about like 37, almost 40 seconds there. I was like, hey, well, who the fuck can count to a clock? What are you talking about?
Oh, like he was getting you for like counting too fast?
Yeah. And and in my head, being an idiot, I'm like, oh, I'm a drummer. You're going to nail this. So he's like, all right, well, I can tell like you've obviously been smoking pot. And I'm like, yeah, because I fucking told you immediately.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's like, I don't think you're impaired enough to drive. Like, where I'm not going to pull you in. I'll give you a warning for now, but I'm going to follow you out of town, because we're about to turn that bridge, and then you're on your own. But he goes, well, here's the deal. We're going to take that joint in there, which first off, it was a blunt. My first reaction was like, it's a blunt. Like, I didn't say that. So we're going to take that joint in there, and you're going to squash it out in front of me. Is that cool? Like, I'm going to be like, dude, I passed all your tests. Like, fuck you. I don't have a leg to stand on. So I do. And when I went and grabbed it, I made my boy crack up, because I was like, where is that bad daddy? Which I've never said in my life. Cop didn't laugh, and he let us go. But
Oh, he didn't laugh?
no, and they got like 2 other cops after. One of the cops walked up. I love they're talking about me like I'm not right there. He's like, what's the deal here? How's he doing? He's like, oh, he's fine. He just did the test. He goes, anything else going on? Like, what's up with the guy in the passenger? He's like, I don't know. I didn't talk to him because he wasn't driving. But
Bad daddy.
The tests do seem kind of like they're making it up as they go along.
I know,
Type of
dude.
thing.
Yeah.
Of just it would be funny if one guy was just like, all right, now see if your hand smells funny, and then he just
Drunk, you're a dumbass.
I mean, the drunk test does work when you are shit-faced. It's hard to do that stuff. But again, it's hard to do anything. Like, they know you're drunk. If you're failing this stuff for the drunk test,
Yeah.
they know you're drunk. Like, you're clearly drunk.
Well, I remember there was I don't know if it was fake or not, because it's hard to tell if videos are fake, but like there's a viral video a while ago that was the cop going like, all right, can you do the ABCs backwards? The guy goes, I can't even do that sober. Dude, I've tried. It's so hard to do. The ABCs backwards?
Oh, yeah, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Like, that's not fair. If that actually is a test, that sucks.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
bullshit. I mean, I guess if you're not messed up, you are sober, you could do it. You would just have to. I would have to say in my head through until I get, and then like,
Yeah, go to the cop and be like, all right, well, I hope you have 50 minutes
Yeah,
because
I
that's
was
what's
gonna
going to
say,
take.
Yeah.
My reaction to that would be like, how much time do I have for this?
Like-
Because
Yeah.
can I check my notes? Like,
You got a binder.
that reminds me. You've seen the Reno 911 episode?
oh yeah, dude.
He's like, their dude gets pulled over and starts dancing and stuff like that. And she's like, wow, you're really good. He's like, nah, I'm just drunk.
Yeah, they're doing the whole thing, and he's like, he's like, I'm only good at it when I'm drinking. She's like,
I started rewatching that. That I didn't appreciate that because I was too
Dude.
young when the show was out. It's so good.
Reno
One of my-
911?
It's so good.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
Nick Swanson. Nick Swanson.
Swartzen
Swartzen.
is the gay prostitute.
Yeah, he's so
funny.
one of my
good.
favorite things ever. I watched this as a little kid, and I was like, God, that's so funny. They go up and they're like, there's kids like trying to jump from one building to another on bikes. Like, come on, what are you guys doing over here? You guys are insane. It's like, you really think you could make that? Like, yeah, I bet you I could. He goes, how much? He's like, $50. And the partner's like, I'll put 50 down. And he goes, all right, kid, you make that jump, you got $100 coming at you. The kid goes and rides up the fucking little plywood ramp, and it just collapses, and he falls off the building. And it's like, fucking
I should give that a rewatch. I haven't seen any of those in a long time.
They hold up. They
Yeah.
actually hold up well. One of my favorite ones was the guys like he was talking to like the camera. He's just like, yeah. Anyway, so I was doing this thing the other day, and then all this stuff, and he hits the back of another car. He's like, oh shit, this is a problem. He's like, oh god, and then he goes up. He's like, hey man, I'm really sorry about that. And the guy like panics and gets out of his car and sprints away. He's like, why did he do that? It's totally my fault. And then he like looks in the back and is full with bags of cocaine. He's like, It's Coke. It's Coke. Oh yes. And he's like, thank God, I love this country. he's like,
Do you guys remember ComedyCentral.com used to have games for the shows? Like there was a bunch of South Park ones.
the South Park
obviously.
ones I remember doing.
There was a Reno
games?
Yeah, there
Like
was just
board
computer.
games?
No, computer games.
Just like little like clip computer games.
There was a Reno 911 computer game where you're just a drunk in the drunk tank pissing in a cup, and since you're hammered, he's just moving the cup around like an animal. So you have to aim the piss and see how many cups you can fill
I
up.
remember that one.
I'm pretty sure no matter what, at the end, it's like you've been arrested.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to
it's
think.
good.
There's a few games you guys had. Like there's certain like those certain computer games you played like on the computers in school. Like when I was young,
like
when I was
the fucking math games, not addicting games.
Cool
It was
math games?
Cool math games.
Cool math games, yeah.
Dude.
not for school, like the ones you're not supposed to play, but you would just play in school.
So cool math games were disguised, like, cause like it would like pass whatever like your school's like firewall of like, oh, they probably shouldn't be on this. But it's because it was like cool math games. It was just games. It was just like regular.
Yeah, because there was the
computer
one
games.
like the helicopter one where you have to like keep the helicopter going through all the.
Yeah,
That's
that
a
was
good one. And then when I was really young, did you have the Oregon Trail?
Yeah.
That
Oregon Trail was great.
That
Never
was a
played
dope.
that.
That was a dope one.
Or you go on your school's laptop, you turn off the Wi-Fi, and you play the little dinosaur computer Wi-Fi game where
Oh,
you just
yeah.
do the jumping dinosaur.
Oh, I don't know that
You
one.
didn't do that one?
No.
You remember when you have the thing with no internet, and it says the no internet, it's got the little dinosaur. The little dinosaur is like sick.
Me? Oh yeah.
If
Okay.
you press the space bar, it
Yeah.
turns into a little game, and the dinosaur has to jump over cactuses and little pterodactyls.
I don't remember that one. But then again, I did smoke a lot of weed in
That's
school.
a thing
so.
now, I think. Still.
yeah, you still
Yeah.
play it. I play
Yeah.
it sometimes.
Do you remember? Did you guys ever
Sometimes
have
I
the
kill the
one?
Wi-Fi at home. Make my wife try and figure it out. That's gonna take a while. No.
Honey, I was playing a game. God.
What was the one?
We'll call Xfinity tomorrow.
What was the one where like you like shot like penguin heads like across the ice and you had to like get at a certain distance? Do you guys?
Wait, is that like Penguin
Oh.
learning to fly and you get him little upgrades and?
Oh, I know what you're talking
No, but it's
about.
it's like bloody. It's like some Sasquatch like throwing a penguin's head
I
or
know
something.
what game you're talking about. There was also Cat Cannon.
Cat Cannon was great.
Okay, so
Cat
yeah,
Cannon
it was
great.
that
Same
kind. It was
thing.
like that kind of game, I guess.
You guys remember Raft Wars?
Yes,
It's like the two little kids
dude.
on a raft and you're fighting all these people, but I'm pretty sure like you're fighting with like water guns and like random shit, but I'm pretty sure when you hit the other kids they like explode with blood and shit.
Yeah.
Like the first version. You guys ever play Bush Shoot Up or Bush Shootout? I think it was Bush Shootout.
Oh shoot, what's
Yeah.
that one?
Literally miniclip.com. It was like the first game I played on the computer my cousin showed me. It was like 2005-ish probably. So it's still like 9/11 still pretty hot.
Yep.
And Bush is the man. It's literally just a game like it starts off you're in the White House, George Bush and Condoleezza Rice or whatever, and then people in masks come and storm it and you just shoot your way out of the White House killing people.
That's
And
sweet.
like there's like the whole thing was insane. At the end, you can get to the end, and like at the very last thing, you have to make a decision that'll either kill you or not. And I'm pretty sure you like blow up the entire White House. Then they made another one. You remember Bush Shoe Dodge? You ever play that?
I played Bush Hot Dog Maker.
Bush hot dog
This is Bush
maker.
Beans. No.
Where you're George W. Bush and you got kicked out of the White House and you started a hot dog stand to raise money to get back into the White House, and it was literally like a hot dog cooking simulator. So you couldn't make the hot dogs too burnt, and then you had like some people would request onions on it and relish and mustard,
Yeah.
and you gave it to them to get it.
That's hilarious. Isn't that insane? They have like VR games for like working at like McDonald's. Like
Yeah.
you could play VR and just like literally like work at the fryer. you
I
know?
remember McDonald's Simulator. You remember McDonald's Simulator from Addicting Games?
No.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah,
one.
it was literally like you harvest the cows and then you like send the meat to the thing and then the meat would go and then you get the thing and like
You get the paste. Fucking. No,
Google Pac-Man.
Do you remember? No, I never played Google Pac-Man.
Google
Oh, yes, I did.
Google
Yes, I
Pac-Man.
did.
Yeah, that was one that was old, reliable. Like
Yeah.
any.
They had Snake too, didn't they? Google
Yeah.
had Snake for a while.
Oh, you guys might remember this one. It was where's the noise?
I was gonna say, what the fuck?
Whoa, is it my mic? What's going on? Never mind. That's it.
Amber
No,
Alert.
you're like a football player running, and like the whole like screen like turns, and there's like a bunch of like linemen guys that like are like figures. It's all like triangles and like super blocky, but you just like run. You're just like
And you go,
running.
"Doot, doot, doot,
But
doot,
you're like
doot,
you're like
doot,
running at like a high speed. And you have to like zigzag through all the people.
No, I don't
It's like
remember- I don't
green. It's like
remember
that
one.
green version. Like remember when like 3D was first coming out, and it would just be like green lines, and like games like that. It was like one of those.
You guys remember when Bush got the shoe thrown at him and he fucking dipped out and dodged it? He was doing a press conference in some fucking.
do.
I mean, I saw the video.
Yeah, so there was a video game of that, Bush shoe dodge, and like it starts off like they're throwing shoes and you're just dodging, and then the longer you go, like I think if you get hit, it's over. But it just becomes so fast, and it's just left, right, shoes are flying at you. That came out in like literally within like 2 days of that fucking story coming out. So funny.
Oh shit, that's awesome, man. I can't play games anymore. I can't play any games anymore.
I'm deep in Red Dead. I got my friends on it now. I'm fine.
Dude, I'm so jealous. I just can't. It will consume. It will consume my life.
Yeah.
I'll easily stay up until like 4 or 5 in the morning,
It's
get
gonna-
2 hours of sleep.
Red Dead's gonna turn into a gateway thing because I'm learned how to play poker on it now. It's not good.
Oh, guys, dude, I almost. So Friday night, I'm going back to my friend's house, and I have $200 in my pocket. You know, I'm like, oh, fucking. She lives close to the casino. I'm gonna go and gamble this $200 real quick. So go to the blackjack table, lose it. And then
That was quick.
and then that was basically all the money I had to get me through the weekend. and I was like, oh man, where's my Venmo? Where's my Venmo card? I'm like, maybe there's some money on that. So I had a Venmo card, had like $40 on it. So I take that out. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get my money back. Lost that. And then
Do
I'm
I
like,
still have Cash App? Can I check Cash App?
so I'm like, fuck. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm like, all right, okay. Like I got gas. I'm good. I'm fine. I got my money coming in on Monday. I'll be cool. But then I like looking through I'm like, oh, I wonder if there's any money in my account. Like I'm pretty sure it's empty. And I was like, oh shit, sweet. My VA money came in, so I had like $1,300, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna take out $300, and I'm gonna win my money back. And I go to the.
I feel like this is gonna end with the next 2 weeks of my life are gonna suck.
I'm at the craps table, and it's going, and I'm down to like $75, and I was like, oh my god, dude, like I don't know how I'm going to pay my rent. I'm not going to be able to pay my bills. This is really bad. This is stupid. I'm going to really be sad tonight. Somehow, some way, I ended up leaving the casino with $750 and got out of there. So I won $100, but it did not feel like I won $100. I was
Dug
so
yourself out of the
ashamed. I was
trench.
so ashamed, like so mad at myself for even putting myself. That was the most stressful. Like I was like, what am I doing? Why? Don't drink and do drugs, kids.
And if you're gonna go to the casino,
Which casino was it?
Mohegan.
Sick. Yeah.
yo, you were out there. You were out there too. We were chopping it up about the casino with Mike the other night. He was so hyped. Him and Ish, I think, are probably there right now. I think they were saying they were going today.
Yeah, I told Mo that story last night, and he was like, "You were with Mike?" Because I guess Mike was there on Friday.
I
as
was
well.
gonna, when you said Hannah bailed, I was gonna say like, oh, maybe we can see if Mike does it. I was like, because if he did it, I was just gonna have him break down his gambling thing that he was saying the other night because that shit was so funny. But that motherfucker, his like system or whatever, like as crazy as it sounds, because it does, he makes a lot of good points about how like a lot of the machines, they're just computers, so you can figure out certain different fucking not algorithms, patterns and shit, and like you figure out the rhythm of how it's working. And I don't know, he's fucking. I saw him. We did New Hampshire, and we left, and there was a casino that literally looked like, I was like, oh, this is a scene in Sopranos. This is just a back room with tables and machines. And he went, first thing he did was put money down on 13, hit it on the roulette table. And then we went to MGM on the way home because we were passing it. Somewhere in there, he didn't do it immediately, but we were gambling a little bit, hit 13 again on a roulette table. And he said that he called in with his friends and was like, yo, let's all like put bets down. It's going to hit fucking 12 and 24. And he said, boom, boom, right back to back, hit 12 and 24, and they dipped. I was like, what the fuck kind of insider knowledge do you have going on right now?
So
But the funniest thing, too, because he was talking about, like, a lot of it's the vibe. And I was like, all right, break down your system. He goes, all right, first thing, you got to wear a Hawaiian shirt and linen pants. So I was like, yo, bad way to start this. Really bad way to be like, trust me, it works. And I'm looking at him while he's telling me it. I'm like, he's wearing a fucking Hawaiian shirt and linen pants right now.
He does. That guy likes to gamble, man.
I love that kid.
Just talking about it right now makes me want to go.
How much money you got left?
Not enough to gamble.
at my wedding, Mike went to my wedding, and I told him that there are gas stations in PA called Rudders that have just a little casino slot in the gas station, and like thing is, you can go buy a Rutter's at 3 a.m. on a Wednesday on Christmas, and there'll be
There's
a
a
dude.
line.
There's gonna be a dude, at least one,
Yeah.
trying to make his fortune. And I told Mike that I'm like, yeah, it's just like that's a stupid thing. And Mike's like, I'm gonna do that. and then literally, I get like a call like a couple days after, and he's just like, oh, did I tell you I won $60 at the Rutter's gas station?
You're like, Mike, you shouldn't tell anybody that.
It's like, dude, it's the people that are in there are the saddest. It's like the saddest stories that you could probably imagine.
You guys,
And then Mike in there with a linen pants and a Hawaiian shirt, like, yeah.
You guys know Motorhead, band Motorhead, of course.
Yeah.
The singer Lemmy, there was an interview I was listening to. I think Dave Grohl was like, yeah, when I met him, he was like at some fucking solitaire game at a bar, like his favorite bar, and like we just talked briefly. I guess Kurt Cobain just died, so like Lemmy just said something to him about that, and he just went back to gambling. And I was like, oh, that's funny, because like I mean, he's got Ace of Spades and shit. Everyone said he was a gambling addict, and then like months later, I see this video like something just like interviewing Lemmy, and the video starts and it's got this intro of Motorhead, and then it cuts the interview and he's just sitting on a fucking poker table or a poker machine, like yeah, answering the questions, gambling. And they're like, so what do you do? And he goes, you're looking at it. He's like, you do this every day? He goes, every single day. And the bartender's like, he's our only regular. All the money in the world off of the gnarliest fucking English punk metal music. And he's like, yeah, no, dude, gambling on machines is my shit.
Yeah.
And holding a microphone like this and singing into it like that. Like,
Yeah. Dude, gambling, I love it.
Norm McDonald,
love
too.
it.
Norm McDonald, huge gambling addict.
Yeah.
Yeah, got him in the end. Everyone thinks it was the cancer. It was not.
It was the gambling.
Yeah. Bookies, dude.
All right.
That got dark.
Let's fucking. Yeah, we love you, Norm.
I'm reading his autobiography right now. It's great.
I didn't
how
finish
far are
it.
you
It's
into
good.
it?
About halfway.
Have you figured it out yet?
That he's lying?
Yeah,
The entire
yeah,
time?
Yeah.
I was
It's
just
pretty.
It's pretty obvious,
well,
but
yeah.
it's not as obvious in the beginning.
no. After the
Like,
first
it's-
chapter, I was like, "This seems like bullshit." And then the second chapter, I was like, "Oh yeah, this is all made up." But
Dude, the prison. Did you get
have
to
you gotten to the prison yet?
No.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's so good.
Have you gotten to what is it? Adam what? What's the dude?
Adam Egget.
Yeah. So they didn't get into his whole story arc in that book yet.
Well, that he's like dumb and like.
Oh, you got way more coming.
Okay.
Yeah, if
It gets
wasn't
good, dude. It gets so good.
They didn't start talking about ravines yet.
I can't remember that.
No,
No,
that's
you would
after. That's
remember.
after the prison.
Well, I only asked if you figured it out because I was just listening to Probably Are You Garbage, and somebody on one of the comedians was like, it took me embarrassingly long to figure out that that he was just bullshitting, and I was like, I'm glad I got it early because that would be embarrassing. You get halfway through the book and you're like, wait a minute, I don't know about all this stuff
Yeah.
with the game. I don't know if they really went and tried to kill somebody.
Yeah.
Like,
It becomes. He talks about Sarah Silverman
I think he got
stuff.
into that already. Yeah,
Yeah.
like halfway
Yeah,
through.
that shit's hilarious. All right,
Who was
wait.
he beefing with? Dave Attell.
Yeah. It was David Hill. Yeah, that shit's great. I love that. I gotta listen to more. I want to get more. Just read more books from comedians. Like, there's a lot of comedians that put out books, and I just like.
Doug Stanhope, all of his books. He's got
Yeah.
like 3. All of them are phenomenal.
I like autobiographies.
Yeah.
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 Well,
That's
I think most comics are kind of the autobiography.
Well, it's nice
book.
to hear somebody else talk about them. You know, just somebody else talk all about me.
Yeah, well, not even like
Oh.
comics, just like anybody's like just like
Yeah.
hearing like what their life was through their perspective. Of course, it's edited, and of course they're gonna
Yeah.
be like, yeah, well, I'm not gonna like put this in because that might not make me look great, but still.
Doug Stanhope's book is great because of the audio book anyway. Like for, like I guess what would be the cliff notes or whatever. He'll just cut it and be like, all right, I'm here with the dude in the story, and then they just tell the story like while they're drinking. And he's like, all right, let's go back to the book, and then they get into like the next part, and then it'll bring up the same guy again, and they put the 2 stories together and everything that happened in between that you missed from the book. It's just really fucking good. And Doug Stanhope's an animal, so there's so much fucked up stuff in there.
Yeah, he's and hilarious. I think he's
So
great.
funny.
Yeah, I think he's great. Let's wrap it up, guys. Let's do this. End the question with the question of the questions, and the question is, if you could have any superpower in the world, you could have it, but it needs to be made up right now on the spot. Original, something you think you haven't heard or is out there already, and you need to give it a name and a weakness.
All right. So my superpower is that I would be able to completely sell out Comics Roadhouse August 7th through 9th, all 4 shows, and I call it Ticket Selenium, and its weakness would be that all the people that would come out would get my material. So, but no, all right, sorry. August 7th through 9th, Comics Roadhouse.
Hell yeah.
And then no, real. If I had a superpower right now, I guess the superpower would be kind of cool. Of like, I always thought it'd be cool to go like. You ever see the movie Butterfly Effect?
Yeah.
You go back in the time and fix and try to undo certain things and stuff. I always thought that'd be cool to just like even little things of being able to go back in time. Like if I say something dumb in a conversation, just be able to go back and fix that, and then go back and then like see how it plays out. And then I guess the only weakness of that would be just like the movie. You can't like you'd have to go back and undo it then if you want to go back to the timeline that you're at.
Gotcha. Oh, so yeah, you have to change it. Wait, say how's the weakness work again?
So the weakness would be like, all right, so like if I go back and change it, I'm living through life. I have the memory of how things used to be in the other timeline. But so if things go wrong because of the thing I changed, I'd have to go back in time and
then
like
switch it back.
Yeah.
Got you.
What's the name?
Ashton Kutcher syndrome? I don't know.
Butterfly defect?
Butterfly defect. Oh, damn, you're better at this than I am.
We've gotten a lot of practice.
I've done so many. I'm out of ideas.
All right, do you want to go next?
Yeah. I guess my superpower would be to get on a show at Comics maybe August 7th through 9th. And the weaknesses I'm going to do really bad. No. All right. I want to be able to, you're getting it on with somebody, right? And you can choose, like, all right, these are going to be blanks. You can shoot them blanks. You just make that. You can switch over the tracks and you can shoot blanks. The weakness would be it only works for dudes. No, I guess
you're in an airport bathroom, so you're like, don't worry, we're safe. What? Well, you don't have to check later.
I don't care if you're on birth control. No, I guess the weakness would be it doesn't work if you are in the relationship with the person. So it only works if you're banging sluts or something.
Hell yeah, that seems pretty good.
Which I feel like isn't a bad weakness.
Yeah,
but
they're dudes though.
Yeah, that one we'll scratch that off the record. I don't know what the name would be. I guess Blankski. Like Blankski. Yeah.
Blankski. All right. What's mine? What would mine be? I think mine would be to, if I could think, no, I could immediately, like instantaneously absorb information from a book. I could immediately just absorb it and get it and just know everything in it. But the weakness is I can only do it for books in languages that I don't know. So I need to learn the language to do it.
Wait, so hold on. All right. In languages that you...
No,
so if you touch the book in a language that you didn't know, you would just get, like...
all this information you can't...
You would just hear... Yeah, you would just, like, get all the words. You would just, like... you would just be like, oh, okay, I just heard... It'd be like...
You go crazy.
It'd be like the
just hear
memory of
dialogue.
sitting through, like, a 7-hour lecture in Spanish without knowing...
Just some French guy being like... Oh, no, no,
No, all right. I take that weakness back. It's I can immediately absorb any book, but it can only be books from the year 1988, the year I was born. So I can only books that were published in 1988. I can immediately absorb all the knowledge.
Books, dude. It's gonna be a lot of
Yeah.
comic
Dude,
books.
that'd be such a funny power to be annoying about. Like, there's just a movie that comes out and you just go, the book was better. You don't read.
Yeah.
And I guess that'd be called I'd be the super reader man.
Mind reader.
Oh, damn. See, it's not really mind stuff. I don't know. I sucked at that one. That one sucked. Hopefully you guys had fun listening. I had a lot of fun.
Kevin Dottie, Mind Freak. Remember that show? That was a fun show.
Mind Freak?
You never remember Chris Angel, Mind Freak?
Oh my god.
Where you'd go around and spend like an entire 27 minutes wasting your time and be like, now I'm gonna attempt this trick, and then you'd be like, I did it. It pissed me off so much.
Didn't Chappelle do like a skit making fun of that guy? Didn't he do like weird faces and stuff? This Mind Freak dude. Stare at the camera all ominous like.
Yeah, there was one trick. I remember he tried to catch a nail gun. And then he just got shot in the hand with a nail gun. Yeah. He's like, I believe the mind can do incredible things. I believe my mind can do incredible. And then he just gets shot in the hand, and they send him to the hospital.
Your mind can't ignore a galvanized nail stuck in your hand. It's not gonna.
And then also it's so funny because he's in character the entire time, so he has to wear eyeliner. He has to dress like Chris Angel the entire time.
Yeah.
So it's just him around dudes dressed like Chad. And then, he's like, this is my equipment manager, Mark. It's so.
I remember. You guys never watched the sketches of I think it was David Blaine. Street Magic was just the name of the sketches, and they were making fun of David Blaine. But he would do a trick with these two in the sketch obvious gay guys. And
oh my god, I remember these.
Every time he does a trick, the camera's you. They'll do the trick, and he'll just be like.
Oh yeah. That's what I was thinking of when he brought it.
And the gay guys would open the door oh my god, it's David Blaine again.
He's reading. He's like, I got to tell you everything read this sign. He's like, I'm not gonna read the fucking sign. He goes on this whole tirade about I'm not gonna fuck with you anymore, and everything he's saying is on the sign. And then he turns. He's like, holy fucking shit, fucks, and then he drops a panel, and that says that at the bottom.
What is it? I remember that vaguely. What was that from?
I think it was called David Blaine Street Magic. I think it was just a YouTube thing that.
No, but there was who did the parody of?
I don't remember. I think
it was early YouTube stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, your shirt blends into your tattoos, man. It's wild.
That is wild. This shirt is if you look really close, you can see the little perforated lines. Because it's a giant acid sheet.
If you don't look that close, the little two dudes kind of look like swastikas. So.
So don't look that close.
If you look closely, I'm a stoner. If you look not closely, anyway.
If you look real close, it's two dudes kissing. No.
Well, I'm gay. You guys are great, and have a good night.